Welcome back, Minecraft fans. We are getting this thing finished today because it's been quite a while. We actually tore down the entire forest over there in that corner of the town, and hopefully this is enough because that's all we had left. Because, I mean, it was one of those where I'd rather just quickly get the trees, chopped down and then, moved on to getting this thing finished. So I didn't really bother about going back and replanting them and everything like that. So here we are, getting the last bits of this building finished. In fact, you guys will get to see me work on this part because this is something that you guys actually kind of missed. The last time in between videos, I actually got this thing all completed, and it was one of those where it wasn't really that exciting, but it's just something to kind of get it out of the loop. Our endless loop of doing the same things over and over and over again. It was just something different. I don't know. I kind of liked it. Plus, I loved the view. By the time I finished building this thing, I just admired the view so much. Okay, so what am I at? Oh, wait. So it is technically 100. Well, actually, because of that, that's 100. But this part is 101. So technicalities, it's 100. This building is 100 blocks tall. So there's that. But like I said, this is really cool. Just getting this thing finished, It's baby steps along the way. It took us 125 videos to get this simple station, pretty much the outside of it done. I can't say it's completed 100% because we still have to do the clock tower in the very center, and we still have to do the interior. After that, then we're done. Like, there's nothing really else. Obviously, the monorail tracks, leading up to something would be kind of cool, but the fact that we're about to get the station relatively close to completion is quite a marvelous thing. It's one of those where, looking back on it, it was definitely worth the time, the extra time, just looking at, just looking at how I learned to build all these structures from one problem at a time. I didn't learn to build all these all at once. I built one thing at a time and then another thing and another thing. I had to learn. So just the fact that I got to learn all of this, by myself pretty much, and then take all the things that I learned and really implement everything to this building, this very first building that I built, or at least started to build. I mean, just ranting right now, just in general, it's just kind of cool to really think about, circling back and finishing something that I learned from, and now all the things that I learned are being implemented to this building itself. So let's, what we should do is probably get this part finished first, and then we can move on to doing the outer layer of that. Man, this is incredible. It's like, not to say it is, but this is like the Notre Dame of this town. And I actually thought of some cool ideas for further buildings down the line, so future buildings down the line. So it's going to be quite impressive what happens next. I'm really excited about the next few buildings that we build. I am really looking forward to the next few stages of this town because we've gotten a lot of things finished already. There's a lot more on the way because we actually have quite a few cool new ideas. Some things that have been shifted around, some plans have been changed in order to accommodate, but nonetheless, all good things. So it's going to be quite interesting to see what kind of turn of events happen next. I always hated this part because it's like, I don't want it to be at an angle, but I have to come at it at an angle. You know what I mean? There we go. right, there's that side. Let me go to this side, actually. Let me get that finished. Let me get it finished on this side, because at least this way both sides of the front will be completed. There we go. Excellent. I got the whole front half of this building's roof completed. This is gonna be kind of tricky. I hate building roofs like this, because then I gotta do things like this, you know, and then I gotta stick out and redo it, and there we go. I don't think I'm gonna have enough to reach the whole way down, but at least I'll get a good chunk of it finished. Come on, there we go. Get this, come on, this stupid thing. I really hate this. And good enough. That's what I could do. Yeah, definitely do not have enough. But look at that, we got the towers. Okay, if there's one thing to take away from this today, we finished the actual roofs, and we finished the towers. If we're gonna take away anything from today, we could take away those things. Look at that. Beautiful. Quite a marvelous view right there. And I just gotta do the fence right up there in the middle, just like I did down there. And the fence on that side too, and then the clock tower right there, and that's the outside right there. That's the outside of the whole building. And then of course the glass windows along the towers, or should I just leave them? Yeah, I'm gonna put glass windows in, and that should probably make the fountains a little higher too, just a little bit. I was actually thinking about deleting these trees and replanting them, because something that I learned is if you put a tree against a tall building, you're gonna get like a building that's already built. I'm not saying like, this is what I did over here. I planted these trees over here and then I built the building around them. So in this case, the trees are kind of short. But over here, I did the exact opposite. And I built the building first and then I planted the trees. And the trees, like, they grew. Over here works because this building itself is for trees, for plants. So it kind of make it look overgrown, kind of works. But for this building, for the monorail station, I was actually thinking about it. I was like, so what if I replanted the trees that way they'd be a little more full grown? Well, something that I actually didn't really think about like a few minutes ago was, if you look at it this way, and you see how short the trees are, the building makes the building look taller. That's more of like, not like an optical illusion sort of thing, but more of like a forced perspective kind of thing, where, you know, if you're standing like right around here and you see, like, the further you go, you see the trees are like super short, you think that the building is much taller than it really is. That's more of a perspective sort of thing that I picked up on. And I thought, you know what? I'm gonna leave these trees as short as they are, because, you know, it's funny, the shortest trees are in the middle, and then as you can see at the ends, they get taller. So it's one of those where it makes the middle of the building kind of stand out more. And not only that, but it, you know, pulls your eye towards the middle a little bit more, but it also makes it look like the middle is the tallest part, which is what the plan is. So not much else really to go by right here. I still got 30 seconds to kind of kill, but here's what we can do. We could discuss one quick thing that I actually thought about. So something that I thought was actually kind of cool is I was looking at this land right here, and I was asking myself, I have so much land right here, what am I gonna do with it? And I started thinking, you know, maybe I'll put some nice buildings right here. And then I asked myself, why don't I make the buildings all along here this height? Because I made this one this height, and I'm gonna keep it this way. I'm not redoing any building. I'm not tearing down buildings and rebuilding them. No, that's gonna take way too much time. So I'm gonna leave this building the way it is. But I started asking myself, you know, if you're coming at a distance from here and trying to get, you know, navigate around the town, you're gonna go across right here and you're gonna see that there's the whole world outside this town. And my theory is to make whoever comes to this town kind of feel submerged in this town. You know what I mean? I want people to come here and feel like the rest of the world doesn't matter. The rest of the world is gone. We're in this place. And as you can see, there's a mountain on this side. There's gonna be a mountain on that side. There's gonna be no outside world at this point. So I asked myself, why not build tall buildings right here? And then I thought, well, if I got all this land right here, and I'm gonna have the monorail right there, why do I have the monorail cut through into the building itself, cut through inside the building? And then I thought, what kind of building would have a monorail cut through the middle of it? It wouldn't make any logical sense. I knew I forgot to do something with that. It wouldn't make any logical sense. So then I thought, well, what if I took our cropping project? For those of you who have been following, our plan was to build a building with a bunch of things like this, where it's just like crops on the top layer, water going through the layers and growing both the top and bottom. Going on multiple floors. We're actually thinking about doing 4 stories of this kind of idea. And so I thought, why not just do it right here with the monorail track? Because that way, when you're coming into the town, you're kind of going through and seeing, you know, the evolution of, you know, cropping. You know, this is what we used to do, just like this, you know, waste a bunch of land and have like miles and miles of this, or build one skyscraper building and have layers upon layers upon layers of plants growing on top of each other like that. I don't know, just something to really think about, something that would be cool. So I'm thinking about utilizing this land here for kind of the cropping building itself. I mean, I already got crops growing, but the cropping building, and plus, not to mention, I have more space over here to build more, as opposed to this lot that I have over here. So the original plan was to build that cropping building right here along 4 plots of land. As you can see, this is a plot, this is one plot, this is a plot, this is a plot. So I was gonna do 4 plots for that cropping building. But as you can see, it's not nearly as much as what I would have down there. So now I started thinking, well, I want to build a stage. I want to build some kind of theater, some kind of performance center. So I was thinking like building like a musical venue. So the entrance to the venue is gonna be over here and it's gonna be on that side. So this is still gonna use the 4-block idea. There's gonna be kind of like a bar area right here, you know, a little place to lounge around. And then over here is gonna be like this kind of like stage over here. This could be like a theater. Right over here is that way. There could be productions, there could be musical shows, you know, kind of like a nice little jazz club sort of thing, a nice little feel. I was actually going to utilize half of this plot right here to build an outdoor little bakery. The bakery itself would be kind of like outdoors. There'd be like the little bakery spot right here, then a bunch of little umbrellas with chairs. And I don't know why I thought of France when I came up with this idea, but just like thinking like just sitting here, having a bagel. And look, there's the lake, there's the river, and then just the buildings all along here, and you're just like sitting here just chatting it up. I mean, this is Minecraft. This is not real life by any means necessary. No one's gonna be chatting it up over a bagel in this game. But what I mean is just kind of like the view, just sitting here and just like the view of all these tall buildings and just this lake right here, and you know, this nice little nature spot. I don't know. I was just thinking about it would be just a much cooler idea. So we're gonna be building a theater here, a nice little bagel shop, bakery thing, and then down over there is gonna be the cropping center. So anyway, thanks for watching, everyone. Thanks for listening to me rant about the future of this town. I'm really excited about it. So like, comment, subscribe, and we will see you all next time.